Hello, my name is Sentana-Ries. This is the concluding part 7 of articles I wrote 17 years ago, which I now place under the heading No Banker in Our Paradise. Today is December 7, 2016. For nearly 20 years since the inception of the Internet, I have identified myself as being authoritative to the issue of finance, and state emphatically that the current financial system must not be reformed, but be abolished, and this for the purpose of freeing the people from the yoke to a system which does not work in the people's favor, as it only makes a minority rich which controls the process. My position on this issue is part of the authority of an office to which I am the holder. This office is also recognized by all high councils of this universe. And yet the office I hold is no threat to anyone. It only deals with the issue of restoring a paradise to all people which was lost many thousands of years ago. Therefore no listener of my words should become offended or threatened from an implementation of the thoughts I put forth by the words I speak, or spoke 17 years ago, as they focus on one thing only, and that is to give back to the people their paradise which was lost eons ago, consisting of an environment conducive to the people's bliss, a surrounding which I have called in my writings a paradise, even though it merely is one at the lowest level of what we can rightfully call a paradise. The essays which follow were all posted on a discussion forum of Arabia.com and Baladna.com and were also placed on our own websites at the turn of the century. We offer these audio files as a free gift under Creative Fair Use copyright rules. The text in spoken words may therefore be freely copied, distributed, and stored in any electronic format, provided no text is altered and the author's name is not disconnected from quotations of any length. All commercial copyrights are reserved by the publisher. And now we shall continue with the articles I posted on the 16th of May in 1999, the title of the set I have slightly modified, now calling it, The IMF and World Bank International Financiers Are Sorely Mistaken. I also have on occasion modified the wording to improve the style of the text presented here. Headline: Automation, a real dilemma by today's financial standards. The present financial system makes no allowance for the release of all human brain capacity. It forces intelligence back into the dark ages of superstition, locks man's evolution behind bars and throws the key away. How so, you may ask? Don't we live at a time of unprecedented technological discoveries? Not really, for all that elite-financed and monopolized high-tech stuff is firstly being used for keeping the bankers' system in place. Automated satellite banking, high-tech weapons for smashing nations that rebel, national security surveillance, spying, and so on. Some spin-off from this research is permitted back to the people like the Internet system, but that is about all. The rest is definitely out of reach for the common man. Even automation and robotics? Yes, even automation and robotics have become a curse to the people. It is only under a severely revised financial system that the people can actually benefit from automated processes. And why so? Because robots and automation profits the investors and owners of industry and not the worker. The windfall goes into foreign bank accounts but not into the people's pockets to buy them more of their own production, or vacations at their favorite resorts. Yet in the end the chickens come home to roost, for a robot is not a consumer, only a worker is. But the worker got displaced out of his income by the robot and therefore has no income to purchase what the robot has produced. So if there is no adequate consumption possible, then why should we have robots or automation? Unless a robot's profit is directed into the wallet of the worker cannot buy what the robot produces. And that is exactly why we live in a world of overabundance of everything, robot produced, and yet the people go still without basic essentials of life. And how do the chickens of automation come back home to roost? The result of not letting the workers have access to the robot's productive output causes plant closures and shutdowns. New tires for the old car are needed, but all the worker can afford is used tires, because he has not enough money to buy new ones. And so the new tire plant in Nova Scotia gets shut down, example only. One more thing before I close this topic off. At the beginning I said, The present financial system makes no allowance for the release of all human brain capacity. In the past, the elite has made tremendous efforts to discover the secrets of anti-gravity space travel. And so it happens that whenever they can lay their hands on either a crashed extraterrestrial spacecraft, for example Roswell, or undamaged ones, Area 51, they make the military work with the brightest scientific minds to figure out the secret, and fail. Why? Because their own brains are not smart enough. These secrets require the liberation of everyone's brain capacity in order to be discovered, including those of the masters. Rennie Sentana-Ries, posted the 16th of May 1999, 6:58 a.m., Jordan. Next headline, and the icing on the cake is a prophetic bright spot. I have not given you all of my secrets. You must now put your national heads together and decide what you are going to do with this information. Do you wish to raise humanity to a higher level of thinking, or not? Your actions will show to all whether you are a friend or foe of humanity, and whether you understand the true nature of human brotherhood. I have spoken to you as your friend, and have proven to you all that that is what I indeed am to you. I have not withheld from you that which is most crucial for you to know at this time, which is of equinoxial significance. And now you will decide whether the entire human race will evolve upward to that next plane of higher thinking, or whether you and your brothers and sisters will not only remain stagnant in your evolution, but will be compelled to digress backwards to learn all over again many painful lessons of the past for many lifetimes to come. Honestly, I do not envy you for the task which lies ahead of you all. It will be nothing less than fighting fire with fire. But as one who has been permitted a glimpse into the future, I will be kind enough to share with you that glimpse so that you will not become discouraged when the going gets rough. Here it is. Quote, "We, of the royal faction of debauched tankards, do hereby place within our seal that mandatory statement of fulfillment, which has left us without words to even protect ourselves within the plumage of despised revolution. This, my brothers of elitist faction, was in fact placed within our grave side for all those who mediate at the front, that from this point forth we hereby in broadside have exposed ourselves by our very mandate. The people are wise, in that they will place on our grave sites that epitome which states very simply that only the stars in their wisdom gain prudence to rule over us, for we are the epitome of their glory." End quote. This concludes part 7, and therewith the set of 7 parts under the heading of No Banker in Our Paradise. The human being who once was a banker may find admission to that future paradise, however his profession as such will not be needed there. He must learn to view his past involvement with disgust and thereby effect an alteration of his DNA makeup for a major repair of his genes. In this area I wish my banker friends the best their future life streams may bring as they upgrade themselves to a higher level of thinking. Good night to ye all.